returns Thursday, September 22nd.
Your Storm Team 12 to the point forecast, powered by Titan Radar.
Wow, temperatures have really cooled off over the last several hours, down to 59 degrees in Mont Eagle, 65 right now in Chattanooga. Real-time data updating right now here at your weather station. Forecasting your day on Saturday, warming up around 74 degrees around noontime, lower 80s by the afternoon.
Live in HD. WDEF News 12 at 11 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Amy Ketcher. John Mercer has the night off. An accidental shooting victim is in surgery tonight for what's believed to be a non-life-threatening injury. Chattanooga police say the man was traveling on Highway 153 with a female companion and a child when a loaded gun in the rear of the vehicle suddenly discharged. The victim was in the front passenger seat. He was shot in the lower back. The female companion drove him to the hospital. We'll have more details as they become available. A 57-year-old man remains in critical condition tonight after he was found dangling upside down by a rope at Greenway Farms. Park officials say Melvin Davis wandered in after hours on Tuesday. He used his own utility rope and climbed onto this structure, and that's when police believe he slipped, fell, and got tangled in the ropes. He's believed to have been dangling there for about 48 hours. The city owns the property, but a company called Adventure Guild owns this team building tool. An Adventure Guild spokesman said Davis did not have permission to be on the wall, and they say that ropes should never be used on it.
I did not think that a human being can hang upside down for 2 days and live. I certainly hope that that is the case, that you can in fact survive after that.
Davis is in intensive care. No trespassing charges are expected to be filed. A Bledsoe County High School football player remains in critical condition at Erlanger tonight. The junior, Paul Boring, got hurt at practice yesterday and was airlifted to the hospital. There's no information about his injuries at this time. A Ringgold High School football player is in jail now. Senior Jermichael Tillery turned himself into the Catoosa County Jail today for charges of conspiracy to possess and distribute marijuana. Officials are still investigating, but the charges stem from an attempted drug deal at a car wash in August. Tillery was allegedly trying to sell drugs to Bradley Jones when they started arguing. Jones was also arrested. We now know more about the man found dead in the Chickamauga Creek 2 weeks ago. 48-year-old Todd Statz was found weighted down in the creek. While the police investigation is still ongoing, we've learned more about Statz. July 19th, he was let go from his job at the McKee Foods Corporation. His department reorganized, and Statz's position as a cable plant architect was eliminated. He worked there for about 19 years. Mercury in the Hiwassee River is causing concern in Bradley County tonight. Olin Corporation reports about 50 pounds of mercury spilled into the river after the record rainfall earlier this week. It caused the plant's treatment ponds to overflow. The Bradley Emergency Management Director tells us that's more than they're allowed to release. Troy Spence also says that Olin reported it to state environmental agencies just like they're required to do, and the plant stopped processing until the river returns to normal levels. Spence says since the Hiwassee is running so high, that mercury shouldn't be a problem. Taunton police are relaunching a website in an effort to keep their residents safer. The website that allows those in the city to track what crimes are happening near them. It's just one of the many ways the department's using the internet right now. Police Department spokesman Bruce Frazier says it's a great way for residents to find out what's going on in their own neighborhoods.
It's another tool for citizens to protect themselves, really, because I mean, if you look at this map and you look at your street and you see that, you know, in the past month there have been a series of burglaries in your neighborhood, we obviously advise you to take precautions at all times, but it's an extra tool for you to.
The website comes at no cost to the city or the taxpayers. For more information, you can visit our website. That's WDEF.com. We have an update now on the progress at Amazon's fulfillment centers in Chattanooga and Bradley County. Two managers spoke at the Cleveland Media Association September meeting. That happened earlier today. The general manager for the Cleveland location and the human resources manager for both of those warehouses talked about recruitment and hiring and the company's impact on our area. Amazon's two sites will bring 1,500 jobs here.
We appreciate Amazon coming into this community, coming into the Cleveland and Chattanooga area, bringing a new type of business to this area, something that we really don't have as far as I know. And it's very good for them to come out and meet some of the leaders in the community, the media leaders in the community, to get their word out about what they're going to be doing.
Amazon's still hiring for local positions.
Now, tomorrow's Storm Team 12 forecast.
After another beautiful day here in the tri-state region, the Tennessee River Valley, temperatures tomorrow morning cool, 57 degrees around 7 o'clock. We'll be warming up to the mid-60s by the 10 o'clock hour. It's 64 at 9 a.m. We'll take a look at the 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
We'll have the latest on the unconfirmed terror threat to the nation coming up next. And we'll tell you about some 9/11 memorial ceremonies going on locally that you can participate in.
I looked out and it was chaos.
That was 6 months ago. Now, our town's rebuilding.
The Ringo people always stick together. They always do, and it'll be fixed.
Starting September 12th, WDEF News 12 takes you back to the deadliest storms to hit the Tennessee Valley in decades. This time, our cameras capture your stories of our town's rebuilding. Watch our town's rebuilding starting September 12th on WDEF News 12 Prime News at 7 p.m.
A dog is
Now, your Storm Team 12 forecast with meteorologist Stephen Dryer.
Wow, looking at I-75 southbound, traffic is moving smoothly. Those roads are remaining dry. Temperature right now at 77 degrees. Winds out of the west. It was out of the north earlier, so the high pressure is moving on over, and it's allowing some warmer and more moist air coming into the region. Temperatures right now pretty cool at 50 in Dalton, 60 in Calhoun, 56 in Ducktown as well as Murphy. And temperatures are going to continue to drop during the overnight hours into the lower 50s, mid to upper 50s here in the valley. Weather headlines over the next several days, we're expecting a mostly clear and cool morning, increasing sunshine tomorrow afternoon as that low pressure, the remnants from Lee, are actually continuing to move on out of the region. We're still stuck on that cloud cover, the canopy, and more sun and warmer for the weekend up ahead. So we're going to have a fantastic weekend, guys. It's going to be absolutely beautiful out there. So definitely enjoy. Compared to last weekend, where all the rain and storms and the flooding, it's going to be amazing. Satellite over the immediate area shows just a few fair weather clouds. We had like a little spin over here, but this is going to be moving off to north, and with high pressure coming back in control, we're going to have lots of clear skies overhead. Forecast lows are overnight hours, 56 in Chattanooga, 55 in Dayton, 54 over here in Tracy City. Overall, not too bad. We have temperatures continue to be in the lower 50s overall, and 55 here in Cleveland when you're waking up tomorrow morning. And we're going to rebound really nicely. Mostly sunny skies, just a few fair weather clouds. You might have some showers way off to our north. That's not going to affect our weather over the next several hours. We're not expecting any precipitation over the next several days. The temperatures will rebound nicely into the lower to mid 80s. And Futurecast shows it very well. As we put the clock into motion, we can see some clouds beginning to move into the area on Saturday afternoon. And we might have a few showers overall, not too bad, possibly developing on Sunday. Not a complete washout whatsoever. As we go and look at the clock, we can see basically overall not too bad over the next 7 days. And to take under the clouds, we can see mild conditions overall. Not too bad of a forecast during the overnight hours, and we're going to look at the 7-day forecast in just a minute. But basically, like I said, most of the showers will stay well to the north, and overall it's actually not too bad of a forecast. 7 days are looking like this. Lower to mid-80s throughout the entire week. Chance of rain coming up early, middle of next week. Temperatures in mid-80s, overnight lows close to 60. Amy?
Not bad. Thanks, Stephen. Well, as Americans prepare to mark the 10th anniversary of 9/11, there are concerns terrorists might be doing the same thing. Law enforcement in Washington and New York are responding with increased security to what they call a credible but unconfirmed threat. Randall Pinkston has the latest from Ground Zero.
Almost everywhere you look in New York and Washington, there is a visible security presence.
If you see something, say something.
U.S. officials warned of a possible car bomb plot targeting Washington or New York. Police in both cities have stepped up patrols, with officers on 12-hour shifts. Vehicle checkpoints are set up, especially at bridge and tunnel approaches.
We are prepared to be first responders. We much prefer to be first preventers.
National Guard troops are patrolling Penn Station, and police are checking bags in the subways. 3,000 cameras are watching city streets. They can issue an alert if a bag is left alone for 2 minutes.
It's part of our life now. You can't worry about the things you can't control.
This threat comes at a time when authorities had already beefed up security here at Ground Zero for the 10th anniversary observance of the September 11th attacks. Preparations are already underway for this weekend's ceremony. Those visiting the site say this is all part of the way we live now.
I think America now forevermore is on alert at all times against terrorism.
Everything's changed and it'll never go back to the way it was. We just have to learn to live with this new world.
Authorities say that means going about your business as usual. That's what President Obama plans to do. He's sticking with his schedule Sunday to visit the 3 sites hit on 9/11. Randall Pinkston, CBS News, Ground Zero.
There are many events going on this weekend here marking the 10th anniversary of 9/11. Area emergency responders kick off a ceremony at 1:30 Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a procession of emergency vehicles down Market Street. Then at 2 o'clock, a memorial march featuring the Chattanooga Pipe Band. That's going to go from Miller Plaza to the green at the riverfront, and that's all going to be followed by some words from area politicians. Then UTC invites the community to join in a 9/11 candlelight vigil. That's Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. Participants should gather in the lobby of Founders Hall and then head to the quadrangle. And then on Monday, the Red Bank High JROTC, they're going to hold the 9/11 ceremony in their gym at 10:15 in the morning. We've got more events also at WDEF.com. South Pittsburgh looks to roll over another big win tonight over Sequatchie County, and Red Bank entertains Walker Valley. Rick Nyman will be here with all your scores and highlights for Touchdown Friday night. That's next.
Visit Chattanooga. Now, WDEF News 12 presents Touchdown Friday Night, brought to you by Zaxby's, Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union, and by Raw Spirit.
Welcome once again to Touchdown Friday Night. I'm Rick Nyman.
And I'm Webb Wright.
Felt like football weather tonight. A nice, cool evening, but South Pittsburgh was hoping to heat things up with their explosive offense, Webb.
The Pirates have scored a total of 99 points in their first two games, but South Pitt figured to get a test tonight from Sequatchie County. South Pittsburgh found their groove in the first half, and they had a little bit to dance about, up 27-7 at the break. Second half, the Pirates hit the Indians with a steady dose of Jawan Langford. He hits the hole and busts loose for the first down, and that gets them fired up. Oh yeah, Langford again on the carry for another first down, nearly breaks that one. Langford for the third time hits the left side. Watch him shove his own blocker out of the way, but in the process, the ball gets popped loose, and the Indians pounce on it. Sequatchie with a golden opportunity here. That eventually would lead to this Eli Stout bootleg for the score, 27-13 South Pitt. But the Pirates go on to win big tonight by a final of 41-14. Marion County hosting Hickson. Fans of all ages enjoying this one. Hickson up 7-0. Matt Zeman takes it in on a short sneak. Extra point no good. 7-6 Wildcats. Ensuing kickoff. Hickson can't handle the squib kick, and the Warriors fall on it in great field position. Marion County would face a fourth down, and it's Matt Zeman again this time. He's going to go over the middle and find Patton Grooms for the first down to keep the drive alive. Later on the option, it's Zeman pitching to Brandon Smith, and Brandon Smith is going to hit the corner for another first down. That would set up another short Matt Zeman keeper right up the gut for the score. Marion takes a 14-7 lead, but Hickson runs away in the second half to win it 55-34. Take a look at the scoreboard. It was Cleveland getting by Central 12-7, and a wild game up in Murfreesboro. Blackman up on Signal Mountain 59-35, that game in the fourth quarter. Elsewhere, it was Polk County beating Chattanooga Christian 38-21, and Grundy County beats Whitwell by a final of 24-14.
Bradley Central coach Damon Floyd said this week that East Hamilton has never lost at home. Then again, the Hurricanes played their first ever home game last week, beating the Central Purple Pounders. Let's join this one now. First quarter action. Bradley Central wasting no time with the football. They give it to James Stovall, their playmaker at receiver. He puts the ball on the 2-yard line. That will set up a Justin Houston touchdown to put the Bears on top 7-0. Here come the Hurricanes. Quarterback Hunter Moore scrambles, fires off, and check out this catch by Bailey Lenoir. He somehow comes down with that spectacular catch for a first down. Then the Canes pull out the trickeration. Hunter Moore to Christopher Moore, who passes back to Hunter Moore. This is going for a touchdown. Canes tie things up at 7. But the Bears answer back with yet another touchdown from Justin Houston. They regain the lead, and Bradley Central, they go on to win this one tonight by a final score of 42-7. We had a county clash between McCauley and Tyner. Not looking good for Tyner. Down 35-6 midway through the second. They're in jeopardy of the mercy rule when McCauley quarterback Trent Lusk bowls his way down to the 1. The Ram train, though, makes a goal line stand, recovering a fumble and keeping the Tornadoes out of the end zone. Later in the second half, Trent Lusk, the McCallie quarterback. He's back to pass, but he is going to get steamrolled by Courtney Hurd. McCallie will settle for a field goal. Alfred Chauncey's 35-yard attempt is good, and McCallie goes up 38-6. Tyner gets another break late in the third. Willie Stewart rolls out. He avoids the sack and somehow finds Kirby Champion deep down the field, and Champion scores. It's now 38-13. But McCallie was way too strong for the Ram train tonight. They pick up another short touchdown here, and McCallie rolls to a 52-13 victory. Let's head to the scoreboard where Ottawa suffers their first loss of the year. It was Farragut over McMinn County, 24-14. Elsewhere tonight, Ray County. They go and play Bearden. They fall in overtime, 20-19. And Baylor, they stay unbeaten, beating Montgomery Bell, 23-16. Still ahead on Touchdown Friday night, Red Bank makes their home debut against Walker Valley.
Plus, Ringgold tries to improve to 3-0 as they host Pickens County. And top-ranked Boyd Buchanan hits the road against Howard.
Because of the Labor Day floods, we're holding.
Top-ranked Boyd Buchanan hit the road tonight against Howard. The Bucks are off to a 3-0 start thanks to a stingy defense.
Boyd has surrendered only 7 points in regulation play. They gave up a touchdown in overtime against East Ridge.
And this proved to be a typical Boyd game, a low-scoring affair. Under a minute to go in the first half, Boyd leads at 6-0. The shuffle pass to Chase Reed. He must have his rocket shoes on because we have liftoff. Reed over the defender to the goal line. Let's check out that one again. Talk about a high hurdler. No timeouts left for Boyd. They need to score on this play. Jim Cardwell rolls out. He decides to run, and Howard stops him short of pay dirt as time expires. So Boyd leads 6-0 at half. The Bucks force Howard to punt on their first drive of the third quarter. John Hale picks it up, and he makes a nice return to the Howard 15. Next play, they give it to Chase Reed. He keeps both feet on the ground this time, makes a nice move. He goes in for the touchdown to make it 12-0. Bucks decide to go for two. Cardwell hits Grant Mathis. That makes it 14-0. And Boyd goes on to win it again. 20-12 is the final. Elsewhere tonight, Red Bank made their home debut. The Lions entertained Walker Valley. Opening drive for the Mustangs. Quarterback Garrett Wallace rolls right, throws left. Anthony Smith makes the catch, and he's got loads of running room. He'll go deep into Lions territory before he's knocked down. Mustangs get the ball to the 6-yard line where they give it to Kelvin Wells, and he'll stretch it over the goal line for the touchdown to make it 7-0 Walker Valley. First offensive snap for Red Bank. Nakia McDuffie goes over the middle to Darius Ben for 38 yards. A few plays later, McDuffie, the play action, he rolls to his left, and he fires a touchdown pass to Hagan Wilkie, a 12-yard reception at 7-7. Late in the first quarter, the Lions go to the air again. McDuffie hits Darius Ben again, and Ben turns on the speed. He rumbles 45 yards before he's knocked out of bounds. From there, the Lions give it to Frances Kendricks. He bounces in for the touchdown to make it 14-7, and Red Bank goes on to win a wild one, 37-33. To the scoreboard we go. Loudon over McMinn Central, 47-14. Copper Basin picks up a 4-point win over Towns County, 26-22. In Georgia tonight, Northwest Whitfield, they beat Sequoia, 31-14. And the tough season for Murray County continues as they fall 70-0 to Heritage. Ringgold continues to make Finley Stadium their home away from home. The Tigers were back at Finley tonight to battle Pickens County.
Ringgold was hoping to unleash their rushing attack against the Dragons. The Tigers are averaging nearly 300 yards rushing a game.
And this was another hard-fought defensive game. Ringgold up 14-7 third quarter. Slade Dale back to pass. He's got Wright Hackett wide open, and he overshoots him. That might have been 6. Same score fourth quarter. Dale to throw it again. This time he hooks up with Wright Hackett. A 3rd and 8 pass play to give the Tigers a first down, but the drive would stall. Ringgold's defense kept the Dragons bottled up. Brandon Johnson and Brian Durbin helped take down the runner for little gain. About 2 minutes left in the game. Slade Dale, the sweet play fake. He takes off. He'll make the corner, and it looks like he's going to score. Oh, but he stepped out of bounds. Didn't matter, though. The Tigers ran out the clock, and they celebrate a 14-7 victory.
Meanwhile, Silverdale needs something to cheer about. They were trailing Meigs County 33-6 with under 2 minutes left in the game. Josh Bryant breaks a tackle and nearly breaks free before he's taken down on the goal line. Just over a minute left. And Seahawks quarterback Spencer Mossberg is going to power through the Tigers defense for the score. The PAT was no good, but Meigs County, they go on to win it by a final of 33-12. Take a look at the scoreboard. It was Lafayette getting by Cartersville 35-28. Ridgeland over Cedartown 29-8. Elsewhere, it was Southeast Whitfield falling hard to Allatoona 42-7, and Calhoun all over Pepperell by a final of 39-7. Still ahead on Touchdown Friday night, Grace Academy battles Lookout Valley, and we've got the Band of the Week.
Get ready. The Dr. Oz Show is almost here. Don't miss the show that people can't get enough of.
I'm coming to you
Every weekday.
I love this.
It's the one show you have to watch. The Dr. Oz Show for you every weekday, starting Monday, September 12th.
Dr. Oz is moving to WDEF News 12 September 12th. So get ready, Chattanooga, North Georgia, and the entire Tennessee Valley to watch weekdays at 5, followed by John Mercer and Amy Catcher on WDEF News 12 at 6. WDEF News 12 presents Touchdown Friday Night, brought to you by Zaxby's, Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union, and by Raw Spirit.
Grace Academy has averaged nearly 40 points a game so far this season. Tonight they tried to continue their offensive onslaught as they hit the road against Lookout Valley, but it was a rough start for both teams right from the opening kick. Grace with the high pooch kick here. It's going to catch the Jackets off guard, and the Eagles are there to pounce on it for good field position. However, the Eagles would eventually fumble the ball away, and the Lookout Valley gets it back, gives it to Jamal Jones. Watch him weave his way through the Grace D for big yardage here. But on the very next play, Tony Summerow looking to stretch out the play, but a little Grand Theft football coming up here from Cooper Whitman. He gets the strip, and Corey Nelson is driving the getaway car all the way to the pay window and cashing it in for 6. 7-0, Grace goes on top. And one Corey Nelson play deserves another. This time it's Josh Smith airing it out for Nelson. Another big play, this time on the offensive side of the football. 14-0, Grace on top, and the Eagles trip up the Jackets by a final of 27-6. Take a look at the scoreboard. No score from Sonoraville and North Murray. Dalton beats up on Gilmer County 35-7. Elsewhere, no score in that one between Gordon Central and Rockmart. LFO falls at Model by a final of 29-17. Elsewhere, it was Pinecrest Academy tripping up Tryon 10-8. In Armurchie, 33-21 winners over Chattooga. And as we close tonight, we'll check out the Ooltewah Marching Band.
And as we listen to the tunes from the Ooltewah Marching Band, I want to pass along the Lookout score tonight. They lost at Tennessee by a final score of 10-4, so Chattanooga trails in that series 2-9. Game 3 is tomorrow night at AT&T Field. And remember, if you missed any of the highlights or want to see them again, go to our webpage at WDEF.com and click on Touchdown Friday Night. Good night, everybody.
Rick Nyman, Webb Wright, Friday nights this fall. And now video highlights anytime on WDEF.com. The tradition continues. Now, WDEF News 12 presents Touchdown Friday Night, brought to you by Zaxby's, Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union, and by Raw Spirit.
Are you still with cable? It's time to quit. Quit now and get up to 3 months free with the Windstream Lifetime Price Guarantee.
I was able to save over 50% on my internet and phone bills.
Get one low price for streaming fast, high-speed internet, a digital TV package, and unlimited phone.
We quit cable and we're saving with Windstream.
Who says quitters never win? For a limited time, you can get 3 months free. So make the switch today.
News 12 wants to share the incredible stories of our U.S. servicemen and women you're telling us about on WDEF.com. Click on Salute Our Military to continue this story by nominating a local U.S. serviceman or woman. We'll share a new story Tuesdays on WDEF News 12 Prime News at 7 p.m. Your nomination earns you a free cup of Bean Street coffee from participating Kangaroo Express locations, plus a chance to win a $200 gas card as we salute our military.
Click WDEF.com now or stop by any participating Kangaroo Express location to learn more.
For a free day at the Chattanooga Zoo with Go Fest, Saturday, October 15th.
Terry O'Quinn comes to Hawaii Five-0. Season premiere Monday, September 19th.